everyone, so you may have noticed that I look a little different today, and I'm going to be showing you how I draw my brows in, which is why I've come up quite so close. First, a little bit of history. I do have very thick eyebrows, and I've shaped them in the past. Initially, I used to shape them only, but then I kept losing the shape because my hair would grow back way too fast. Like, it will grow back faster than I can actually pluck it off, I guess, or keep it shaped. So in the end, I decided to undergo, I would say it's a tattoo of sorts. So what happens is, it's like an eyebrow tattoo. So what they do is they shape your brows, and they will tattoo some pigment into the skin around your eyebrows, so that there's a more defined shape to the eyebrows. And I do it every year. I've done it maybe 3 times so far, so I've probably had it for about 4 to 5 years now. So it's a tattoo of sorts, and it's called, in Malaysia anyway, it's called Eyebrow, I think. It's very popular in Malaysia and like Southeast Asian countries, or even, I think even in Japan they have a similar sort of procedure, and it's a very minor sort of cosmetic procedure, I would say. But yes, I used to think it wasn't like a cosmetic procedure, but it actually is. It's actually a tattooing of your eyebrow. And you can actually get it done for eyeliner and lips as well, for those of you who don't know, or those of you who are interested. I used to get them done at this particular place, which is really popular and really good. Like, it's one of the better known places that you can get it done. And I really liked the shape that it gave me, and I felt that it really framed the face very well. So I don't know, I guess eyebrows are one of the things that I would emphasize on when it comes to makeup, because I think it does really frame your face, or frame your frame your face basically. So enough babbling on about my eyebrows and my procedures and whatnot. I'll show you exactly what I do to draw them in. So usually what I do is I take a little spoolie. This is one from the end of my favorite eyebrow pencil, which is the Giorgio Armani, I don't know, it's the Giorgio Armani eyebrow pencil, and I get the color number 2 or number 3, I'm not quite sure now. But the reason why I like the Giorgio Armani one so much is because it comes in a really ashy brown color. So that's the color, well, not the color exactly like that, but it tends to come in ashier colors, as opposed to like drugstore or other high-end brands, because the other high-end brands or drugstore ones, they tend to have a very reddish undertone to their eyebrow pencils. So I don't quite like that, which is why I actually got this one in the first place, because it doesn't match my brows to have reddish looking eyebrows, and after a while it kind of looks really weird, because you can see my actual eyebrows, and then at the end or tips of it you'll see like a bit of red, like reddish brown. So I think it looks really weird. But yes, so what I do is I just comb out my remaining brows, and then do the same for the other side as well. And then I take, this is the current like eyebrow pencil that I'm currently using, and it is one from Daiso. I do apologize for the dirty cap. It just is really pigmented, so all the color actually stains onto the cap itself. So it's one of those like twist up like pens, and coincidentally, like, I don't know, it's not per se ready, but it's very pigmented, and unfortunately it is sort of a reddish toned brown. So it's a very warm colored, warm brown, but I do really like it because A, it is very pigmented and it stays on really well. And another thing is it doesn't go red on me. So certain browns, they actually turn red after a time. I don't know, maybe it's oxidizing or something, but it turns reddish. But this one doesn't. So it maintains its dark brown color, even though it does seem like it runs very warm. So as I said before, this is really pigmented, so I just lightly etch this, and I always I always start in the front first, and then I draw the arch, and I go down. Apologies that I can't talk and draw at the same time. And then I try the other side. So after I draw them in, I just brush them out again, and that disperses the color a little bit more so it doesn't look as dark. But this is actually one of the very very pigmented eyebrow pencils that I've come across so far, and I got it at Daiso, which in Australia it's just $2.80 for everything at Daiso. So and I highly recommend this particular eyebrow pencil. Like if you go to Daiso, you'll see like, I don't know, maybe 20-ish different sorts of eyebrow pencils, but look for this one if you have similar coloring to myself, because this is really nice and pigmented and whatnot. Sorry, the door just opened by itself. So that's basically it. So I've brushed it out, and it's really handy because I already have like a sort of stencil there. As I said before, the tattooing gives me a sort of stencil to go by, so that it makes it so much easier to draw in my brows. And of course, I don't know, I don't think they're asymmetrical, and I've had the tattoo now for about a year. I think more than a year. I think maybe 2 years now. I haven't done it since 2 years ago, so it's pretty much due because the tattoo only lasts about a year on average, and then you have to touch up or do a new one and whatnot. So probably the next time I go back to Malaysia, I definitely will be doing it, and I highly recommend it. It is slightly painful, I won't lie, it does hurt, but nothing unimaginable really. The one that I do is a combination of actual like pigment. So sometimes people actually have the pigment there so that you basically don't even need to draw your brows in. And there's another type of procedure where they actually draw the hairs in. So it's sort of like a crisscross pattern that they draw. So they draw like lines like so, and then they draw like, I don't know, it's just like a crisscross pattern. So it looks like real hair on your eyebrows, but the one that I had was a combination of both, because with my skin, the pigment actually falls off or fades away pretty fast. So I had a combination of the both. Yeah, both the crisscross patterns on my skin, as well as the actual depositing of pigment onto my eyebrows itself. So that is basically my brows. And yeah, you can brush them out. And I hope you guys found this informative. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye!